Alex Eala gearing up for Philippine Women's Open with same mindset despite home tournament Manila. Filipina tennis ace Alex Eala is heading into the Philippine Women's Open armed with the same mindset as with tournaments abroad. Eala is grateful and humbled to finally the country's first WTA 125 tournament is finally happening, giving her the home crowd and court advantage. But the 20-year-old is choosing not to dwell on this, preparing like she always does while she's on the WTA tour. I never, going into any tournament whatsoever, I never go in expecting to win the whole thing. So although this is at home, my mindset in that sense is no different, she said in a press conference before the main draw. So I take it match by match. I'll do everything I can to win my first one. But if not, it is what it is. You can't win all the time, Eala added. The WTA number 49 Eala is among the favorites to win it all, as she is also the number 2 seed in the main draw of the Philippine Women's Open. But the 20-year-old said she has a bigger goal that goes beyond winning the historic tournament. I think the fact that this is happening and the fact that I'm able to have a match at home is really the focus of this tournament. And the fact that there are so many Filipinos in the draw, that's the focus and the highlight of this week for me more than winning the whole thing, she said. Eala's first assignment in the round of 32 is Russia's Elena Kharieva, whom she faced in the ITF circuit in 2022 after losing to Kharieva in their last meeting. Eala aims to put her best foot forward in front of her fellow Filipinos, who will be rallying behind her at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center in Manila. Yes, I have met her. She's a very nice person, I think, and a great player. So I'm just going to go and I've done everything to prepare to the best of my ability. So I'm going to go and do my best, she said. The main draw of the Philippine Women's Open will begin on January 26th, Monday. Home court, same mindset. Alex Eala's unique approach to the Philippine Women's Open to most athletes, stepping onto the field, court, or track in their home country stirs a unique blend of excitement and pressure. The familiar faces, the cheers in the stands, the patriotic pride resonating from every corner, these are elements that can elevate performance or weigh heavy on a competitor's mind. For Alexandra Alex Eala, the Philippines' brightest tennis star, the Philippine Women's Open isn't just another event on the calendar. It's the first ever WTA home tournament in her country, a historic moment for Philippine sport and a milestone in her remarkable journey. But what makes Eala's mindset even more compelling isn't the grandeur of the event. It's her refreshingly grounded, match-by-match approach that hasn't wavered despite the occasion. A homecoming fit for history at 20 years old, Alex Eala has already carved her name into the annals of tennis history. She's a former junior Grand Slam champion, the first Filipino to break into the WTA top 50, and a beacon of inspiration for aspiring athletes back home. Yet until now, her professional journey had largely unfolded on international courts, from the Australian Open to the WTA Tour stops across the globe. Now, for the first time, she will compete in a WTA 125 home tournament in Manila, the Philippine Women's Open, PWO, scheduled from January 26th to 31st at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. Tickets for the event have been selling out rapidly, and the buzz among Filipino tennis supporters has been palpable. The arena is expected to be electric, filled with Pinoy pride and loud cheering. This isn't just another listing on the WTA calendar. It's a celebration of Philippine tennis, a chance for the sport to forge deeper roots in a nation that has long awaited its moment on the global tennis stage. And walking into this historic moment is one of its own, Alex Eala. Same mindset, different setting. With all this significance, one might expect added pressure. A heightened emotional roller coaster riding on expectations from family, fans, and the nation. But Eala's perspective is strikingly steady, focused not on outcome, but on execution. At her pre-tournament press conference, she made it clear, her approach hasn't changed just because the venue is familiar and the crowd supportive. Although this is at home, my mindset in that sense is no different. I take it match by match. This simple philosophy speaks volumes about her mental discipline. In tennis, where momentum can shift in a single swing and expectations can derail focus just as quickly as poor footing, the ability to compartmentalize is essential. Eala isn't fixated on trophies or rankings here, she's pointedly concentrated on one match at a time, 1 point at a time, the same way she prepares for events in Auckland, Melbourne, or any other city on tour. It's an approach that highlights humility and process over results, a mindset often preached yet seldom practiced with such consistency at elite levels. Grace under pressure. So, what does that mindset look like in action? For Eala, it's not about imagining the final or picturing a headline-winning victory on home soil. It's about preparation, the long hours on court, refining strategy, visualizing patterns of play, and tuning her mental state to stay present. It's about anchoring herself in the routine she knows works and letting the external factors, cheers, expectations, home comforts, serve as support, not distractions. Even when asked about the support she expects from the Filipino crowd, Eala didn't shift her focus to validation or accolades. Instead, she acknowledged the surreal joy of having a hometown tournament, so surreal, as she described it, and expressed gratitude for the opportunity and the fans. There's a clarity in her words that many seasoned athletes only develop after years of high-pressure experience. Success isn't defined by winning every match, but by giving your best effort, absorbing each lesson, and growing through both victory and defeat. Focus on the bigger picture. Eala's perspective also extends beyond herself. She speaks not just as a competitor, but as an ambassador of Philippine tennis. Her presence in the tournament, her journey from a promising junior to a top 50 professional, symbolizes more than personal achievement. It represents possibility for the next generation, a way of saying to young Filipinos that global recognition in tennis is attainable. That's why Eala isn't only looking at her own matches. She's proud to see fellow Filipino players in the main draw, seeing this event as a stepping stone for the country's tennis ecosystem. In her mind, hosting this WTA event could be the beginning of something much larger, more interest, more participation, and eventually, more champions emerging from the Philippines. A champion's dual role. On one hand, Eala is a fierce competitor, a world-class athlete pushing her limits on court. On the other hand, she's a symbol of growth and pride for her nation. Balancing these roles requires a perspective that transcends pressure and embraces purpose. Her match mindset, stay present, focus on what you can control, embrace each challenge, aligns beautifully with this dual role. When the crowd roars and the atmosphere ignites, Eala won't be daunted or distracted. Instead, she'll likely view it as fuel, positive energy that amplifies her joy in competition, not a burden that distorts her focus. And if she wins, great. If not, she'll walk away knowing she competed with